Welcome back to EarthChangers. I'm Amy Hyder, your host, and joining me right now in studio is Paula Church. She's the Community Relations Coordinator with Greenville County Animal Care. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you have a little friend with you today that we may hear in the background from time to time.
I do. Yes, I have my little buddy Henson, which was so delightful because, puppies and small dogs get adopted so quickly. I don't always have them to take with me, so it was a real treat to get some real puppy love this morning.
And he's absolutely adorable.
He is.
Little
yes.
black beagle mix.
Yes, he is. He is adorable.
So we might be hearing him, and we might be hearing him close up through this. Right now, he's working on a little biscuit. So,
yes.
So right now, he's a silent partner
yes.
in this segment of the program. But Greenville County Animal Care, for those who aren't familiar, can you give a little breakdown what Greenville County Animal Care does?
Sure, yes. Well, we are actually the largest open admission shelter in the state of South Carolina. So open admission, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. That means that we don't turn any animal away. So all animals, and I'm dogs, cats, puppies, kittens.
Right.
Regardless of health, behavior issue, breed, we don't have any restrictions or biases towards any animals. Mm-hmm. We welcome them all. So our mission, quite honestly, we're working hard to build a no-kill community, and our mission is a life-saving one.
Right. And when you say you don't turn any animal away, that means heartworm-positive animals.
Exactly.
And you treat that.
We do. We don't want any animal. When you talk about saving lives mm-hmm. in animal welfare in the animal world, you're talking about healthy, treatable adoptable animals. Right. So the healthy adoptables, animals with no behavior problems, puppies, small dogs, mm-hmm. Any animal that doesn't have any medical or behavior issues is easy to adopt. Shelters like ours are adopting them successfully every day. So when we think of in terms of life-saving, the animals that are most at risk are those with medical issues, mm-hmm. quite often, large dogs over 40 pounds. And just because there's only you can find space for small animals, it's more difficult with a larger animal. And under 1 pound kittens is mm-hmm. another issue that that we're really working hard to come up with solutions for life-saving for these animals that are most at risk.
Right. There's just so many.
There are.
One thing.
There are. And when we think about, you think about saving lives, it sounds easy. Oh, the no-kill shelter, mm-hmm. but anybody can be no-kill. Anybody can say they're no-kill.
Right.
And what they do is they limit the animals that can come in. So they're not taking the healthy, or they're not taking the sick. They have breed restrictions. They have behavior restrictions. And if they're full, they can say, I'm sorry, we're full. There's no room. Mm-hmm. So we have to get people thinking about animal welfare and life-saving in a different way, thinking in terms of the animals that are most at risk. This isn't a problem that we created. This is a community problem that we all share. And we need to work together for solutions. And we need people to help us come up with really good solutions for finding homes for these animals that are a little bit more at risk.
Mm-hmm. And realistically, you take any and all animals that come in, you have to find homes so they can all go back out again.
Exactly. Yeah. Overcrowding is all that leads to is stress, mm-hmm. which is going to affect adoptability and health. Health is so important. Cleanliness in shelters are so important.
Right.
You've got to keep the animals healthy if you're going to get them out and get them adopted. So overcrowding is just a really difficult thing to have to deal with, and that's why if somebody's thinking about adopting a pet, we have some amazingly awesome animals mm-hmm. that really, really deserve a second chance in a home. And most of them, particularly the adult dogs, a lot of them are coming from neglectful situations.
Right.
They're going to return that love tenfold.
Yes. They're generally very grateful.
Oh, absolutely. They really are. It's amazing. It
Loving
sounds
attention.
So corny, but it's so true.
Yeah. So, and we are, of course, in the season where suddenly people are thinking in terms of gifts. They're thinking in terms of new things for the holidays, and that includes new pets. Mm-hmm. So you are really working this holiday to get animals home for the holidays, right?
We really are. This year we decided to really bring our focus on our animals because, again, we've got some amazing pets that need homes, and what better thing to do than to provide a home for an animal animal for the holidays. So we would really like to try and get them all into loving adopted homes. We'll also have foster opportunities from December 20th through the 27th. We'll have a select list of foster animals. So if somebody if they've never had a pet before and they're considering getting one, but they don't know how that's going to work out in their family, what a great opportunity to give it a try and get an animal out of the shelter for the holidays. So we are focusing on adoption and we're focusing on foster.
Yeah. So if you've never had a pet, or you've never had a pet with your children and don't know how they'll react and don't know how they'll be, then fostering is an almost ideal solution. It will get the animals into a loving home for the holidays, and then you can actually say, you know what, this isn't for us, and return them if that's the case.
Definitely. But you know, obviously it is our hope that people will fall in love. And what we call a foster failure, I think everybody, you know, in our shelter has had at least one where they failed to bring it back. So that would be an ideal situation. But you know, again, you know, it really just giving them a cozy place to be during the holidays would be a wonderful gift for our animals.
And now you hear Hinson. He's a lovely, lovely little guy, a little black beagle mix, and he just wants some attention. He wants some love. They all want love, and something that we've got to provide. I mean,
definitely.
Let's bring it home for the animals.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that brings up a good point too, because if you are thinking about adopting, we really do want you to consider your lifestyle, consider everything, because again, it doesn't really do us any good if somebody hasn't thought it through and ends up bringing the animal back, you know, ends up back in the shelter. So our goal is to get them in a permanent forever home.
Right.
And so we want people that, you know, that have thought about it and have planned for it.
Exactly. Now, can you help people decide if that is something for them? Can you tell them the things that they need to have in the house, what they need to know?
Definitely. We have everybody fill out a personality profile. We have a good idea, but surprisingly enough, with as many animals as we have in our shelter, our staff is just amazing at working with the animals, and we have a really good idea of how they are around other animals, how they are around other children. You know, we put them together in play groups. That tells us so much about their personalities. Yeah. And so we want to know your lifestyle. If you're coming in to adopt, you know, if you have young children, that's important. If you don't have a backyard, if it's going to be mainly an inside dog and you work during the day, you know, all of these things are going to affect the type of pet that you should be getting. So we have everybody fill out a profile and we can direct them to the animal. So I always say, don't have an animal image of, you know, of an idea of what you want it to look like. Have a personality in mind, because, you know, some of the best matches are animals that you might never in a million years have imagined you having. Right. If that makes sense.
Yes. I mean, do you want a pet that's going to sit on your lap and watch movies with you, or do you want a pet you can go jogging with? Because those are two different animals right there. Right. And you may not know which breed fits that description.
Exactly. So you know, it's a personality type. And I know that one of my favorite dogs I've ever had recently passed away, but you know, people would see me with him and they'd say, I would never put you with that dog. Well, that was the best dog I've ever had. He was awesome. So yeah, don't throw away a good opportunity just because of the way and because you have an idea of what you want your pet to look like.
Yeah. Now, you are a nonprofit, but you're also a Greenville County agency. And some people, you get people who think, well, they don't need any money, they're funded.
Right.
But that's not really the case, right? To take care of all these animals.
Right. You know, our function within the community is to take care of stray animals, to house animals, you know, that have had issues with animal control. Right. And, you know, there's the required South Carolina state rule of the 5-day stray hold so that people have an opportunity to come and look for lost or missing animals. You know, and that's a whole nother conversation, stray versus lost. You know, a lot of people bring animals in and they're not necessarily strays, they're just lost. Right. So we would like for people to try and make an effort to find an owner and not bring them into the shelter until you've exhausted every resource. Another story, but we do, the county has created a fundraising account, our Second Chance Fund, so that we can raise funds, because anything above and beyond beyond that 5-day stray hold, any medical issues, the heartworm treatments.
Right.
We do free large spay neuters or free spay neuters for large dogs over 40 pounds for anybody. It's not a government assistance program. It's for anybody. Again, it's to reduce the number of large animals coming into the shelter. So all of that is incredibly expensive. Those are all life-saving initiatives, but it's expensive. And so we like to tell people that when you donate to our Second Chance Fund, you know that it's going to go directly to an animal program, a medical issue, something that's going to have a direct effect on life-saving.
Right. So
it's a 100% tax deductible.
Aha.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us, so people know, like, what that money goes towards? Like, how much does a heartworm treatment cost?
Well, probably 35% of the animals that come in our shelter are heartworm positive.
Yeah.
And most of them are going to be larger dogs,
right.
and the cost is going to be on weight size. So the average animal is really between 40 and 60 pounds, and our cost to treat that's around $520 per animal.
Yeah.
So, or we might have one that comes in that's been, hit by a car, and it needs to have an FHO surgery, which is, we have to take them to a surgical vet, because we're not set up to do all medical things, and it costs us the same as it would somebody from the general public. So it could be as much as $1,500. So, and our adoption fees are always $35. So in a lot of cases, we've had animals that come in with, serious medical problems, and we've covered that for them. So they've got that $35 adoption fee, but we can only do that as long as we can pay for it. So again, when people donate to us, because we are, I think that it's kind of a cool thing, because it's not going towards my salary. It's not going towards the building or the light bill, because the county is covering that. It's going directly to medical treatments and to life-saving programs and initiatives. So it's, if you want to donate to an organization that you can feel good about, that 100% of the funds are going to be used for the purpose that you're donating them for, then it's really a good way to go. And like I said, it is 100% tax deductible. Henson, he speaks.
Yes, Henson wants to be heard. He wants to be adopted, and frankly, by the time you guys hear this, he probably already is. Let's be realistic.
Probably so.
Because after you leave here, you're actually going on TV. So
yes.
So if you've heard like inappropriate giggling through some serious parts of the conversation, he was romping all over my foot. This is lovely. Animals just lift your spirit.
They do.
Having pets around, and you can't overestimate the impact it can have on a life. For somebody who is perhaps a little lonely.
Oh, absolutely.
Looking for something in their life.
We've heard so many people say they have an elderly parent who lost a spouse, and that they've gotten an animal, and the animal has given them a reason to get up and walk and participate and be active. So so there's a lot of good positives, and there's studies out there that prove that pets lower stress levels and blood pressure. So if you're meant to have a pet, and if you don't like pets, that's okay. There's a lot of things you can do to help and make a difference, without having to actually come in and adopt a pet.
Right. Let's throw in, we just have time to throw in one more detail. You do have a bake sale coming up, too.
We do, yes. The 23rd is our big, Santa's going to be there to present the animals, and we're also going to have Mrs. Claus's upscale bake sale. So we're going to need people who think Pinterest on this one. So we would love, if anybody loves to bake, we would love for somebody to bring some baked goods. We were kind of thinking it's so close to the holidays that people might want to come and shop. People might, need a hostess gift, or they might be entertaining, so they can come by and get a cake. We hope that people will donate jams, jellies, all that things. So it's the 23rd from 11 to 4, Greenville County Animal Care.
And if people want to find out more about you, the programs, where can they go?
Well, a great way to find out information is on our Facebook page. So like us on Facebook, and like their Greenville County Animal Care, and then our website, which is www.greenvillepets.org.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Paula, for joining us today. Thank you for bringing Henson. He makes my heart light. And that is going to do it for EarthChangers today. I want you to all get out there, be an EarthChanger, and have a fantastic week.
If you have an event or topic of interest for EarthChangers, contact Amy Hyder. Amy at earthfmwrth.com.